いない方が。
うわっちょ。
In most situations, the popular kids are joyful, carefree, and enjoy their high school experience to the fullest. However, every now and then, an anime appears where the popular and seemingly flawless girl falls in love with the unpopular and seemingly unapproachable guy. Today, we are showcasing anime having this core element. So, without wasting any time, I present to you Top 10 Anime where popular girl falls in love with an unpopular boy. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Also, hit that notification bell so that you can stay updated whenever I upload a new video. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Coming in at number 10, we have Rail Wars. Story follows Takayama, a dude who just wants to have a steady, laid-back job. So, what does he do? He applied for a job as a train driver at the JNR. However, for some unknown reason, everyone is being automatically enrolled in the security program. Thus begins Takayama's and his teammates' efforts to protect JNR customers from the occasional train station threat, such as robberies, terrorist attacks, knife fights, and kidnappings. Rail Wars is stupid in a lot of ways, yet it's not dull. It goes out of its way to create ridiculously artificial plots. For me, I watch anime to be entertained, and if I'm bored, well, that defeats the purpose entirely. As for this anime, the animation is rather impressive. The ecchi is presented beautifully and appears to be inviting. This is the best aspect of the anime since it manages to make the ridiculous story and ecchi moments entertaining. How much you enjoy it will be determined by how much ecchi you can tolerate in a show, and Rail Wars will put that to the test. Coming in at number 9, we have The Troubled Life of Miss Kotura. Being able to read people's minds would be fantastic in most everyday situations. However, telepathy will bite you in the back if you've discovered how cruel reality can be. The anime, as the title suggests, depicts the childhood struggles and high school adventures of Haruka Kotura. She has been able to hear her family and friends' thoughts since she was a toddler, and they did not appreciate such an invasion of privacy when she commented on them. The plot may appear tragic at first, and many may expect an emotional roller coaster, but it isn't as grim as it appears at first glance. After that, the show becomes lighter and more humorous. The art and animation are not very impressive, but they are adequate enough to watch the entire series without being disappointed or distracted from the storyline. The other characters' eventual acceptance of Kotura for who she is flows really naturally and doesn't feel forced. It takes a lot of work to get a bunch of friends together and create something this enjoyable, which this anime does beautifully. Coming in at number 8, we have Dance in the Vampire BUND. This is a story about vampires revealing themselves to the world and attempting to merge with society. In this anime, we follow Mina Tepes, the ruler of all vampires who has a special interest in an apparently ordinary high school student with no recollection of his past. She awakens in him memories of a life he had long forgotten, and he soon finds himself protecting her without realizing why. The anime gets off to a shaky start. The very first episode is pretty bland and is clearly just a setup for future episodes. I almost didn't bother giving the second episode a shot, but I did, and luckily it was worth it. I am sure you will no doubt be curious about the frequent fan service of the main character as well as the other characters. I'm not going to judge you if you dislike them, but you do actually adapt to them when you get immersed in the storyline. Provided you are able to handle a few inappropriate sequences, I think this is the anime you should pick up when you get the chance. Coming in at number 7, we have HARUKA NOGIZAKA's Secret. This anime follows Yuto, a typical high schooler who was constantly bullied by his older sister. He would have lost all faith in women if it wasn't for Haruka, a model student who is rich, beautiful, good at studying, good in sport, and pretty much everything. He discovers she is, in fact, an otaku. Now, she is terrified that rumors would destroy her lovely student life, but, surprisingly, Yuto isn't bothered by it and promises to not tell anyone. The story of the anime seems pretty standard. However, there is plenty of romantic tension and a slight bit of ecchi thrown in, and the execution is done very well. The characters' backstories are explored enough, which adds good character depth and helps viewers to establish the connection with the characters. HARUKA NOGIZAKA's Secret is filled with amusing nonsense. Fortunately, the nice pacing, attractive characters, and most significantly, the frequently effective humor keep this cute anime from being completely ordinary. Coming in at number 6, we have Star Driver. On Southern Cross Island, Wako and her fiancé Sugata find a boy passed out on the beach. This boy is Takuto, a transfer student at Southern Cross High who was so excited to begin his new life that, when he missed his ferry, he swam across the sea himself. So begins Star Driver, a sitcom about high school and the joys of being a teenager. Star Driver's story is gradual in nature and prefers to tell the story little by little in bite-sized pieces instead of in huge chunks. In theory, this keeps viewers returning for more since they want to know what occurs next and what will happen to the protagonists. Star Driver is, at its core, a series about romance, comedy, and high school life. Unlike other animes that have attempted and failed to merge two seemingly opposing genres, Star Driver has succeeded. So, the question is, how good is this anime? I'd think it's pretty good. It's energetic, vibrant, hilarious, and full of heart. The issue is that this series relies on its use of style and visuals so much that it loses sight of telling a coherent story. Although the road is a little rocky at times, this is one anime ride worth taking. Coming in at number 5, we have A Sister's All You Need. The journey of ups and downs of a manga writer is quite interesting because it's not as easy as you think. This is the story of Itsuki, a young siscon novelist, and his perfect little sister Chihiro, the genius illustrator Nayuta, his best friend Miyako, and some inane publisher partners. As the story progresses, the underlying conflicts of dreams and goals surface, as each character attempts to achieve their dreams in their own way. The story itself is much more oriented towards the slide of life elements. The anime may show realism on everyday lives of a writer, but they are also full of comedy and self-reflection. This anime is quite a wonderful surprise, one I am glad I did not skip over and got to experience. It has a surprisingly good cast of characters, and it kind of delves into some realistic themes, making it for an exciting and fresh watch. I would highly recommend this to anyone who doesn't mind ecchi and wants something slightly different than the other anime which falls in the same category as this one. Coming in at number 4, we have Natsu no Arashi. This anime follows a boy named Yasuka, who goes to visit his grandfather but gets lost and ends up in the Arc Cafe. There, he meets a 16-year-old girl with a tremendous secret. He flees with her after trying to defend her from a man who claims to have been hired by her family, and now she lives with him at his grandfather's house. However, he soon discovers that his new buddy is no ordinary young girl, as she possesses extraordinary abilities. I feel this is a strange, rather quirky series that gives you a fresh look at the old supernatural romance comedy. On top of that, this series also has a very inspired sense of humor. As this is a series about time travel, it really makes the most of it by including jokes that can only be shown in this kind of series. Let us not forget about the show's characters. I believe they have enough alluring features, especially when put with the unique style of the story and humor, to get attached to. If you're seeking for a series that includes both light and gloomy portions with interesting characters, this is a show you should watch. Coming in at number 3, we have Baby Steps. Anime tells the story of Maruo, a young man who is intelligent and always keeps his knowledge in books. Unfortunately, he has no other hobbies besides reading books. On the other hand, a beautiful woman named Natsu has a dream to become a world-class tennis player and invites Maruo into her tennis club. Maruo then finds a new hobby and slowly leaves his academics to become a pro tennis player. As you may expect, the entire show revolves around tennis. There is some light romance development, although it is clearly a minor subplot. True to its name, Baby Steps takes one small step at a time and is not scared to lose viewers by moving at a moderate pace. However, this anime excels at using this pacing to tell the story and, most of the time, is used to explain the fundamentals of tennis. Each tennis match in this anime accurately depicts the intensity and strategy. I must say, Baby Steps is a genuine sports story with a natural and satisfying romantic subplot woven in. Coming in at number 2, we have Honey and Clover. Yuta, Takumi, and Shinobu are 3 college students living in a small apartment together. Despite their poverty, the 3 of them are able to find pleasure in the little things in life. The plot follows the lives of these poor college students, as well as their romantic relationships. Honey and Clover is a roller coaster ride of emotion as each character evolves and matures, solidifying their friendships and growing from kids into young adults. In a nutshell, this is the core of the series and manages to create a cast of characters which we easily get attached to. While the characters were all amazing, what carries this anime are the stories and how they link together. I loved how each character's background is portrayed, so we get to understand why they are the way they are. Furthermore, the animation was pleasant and creative, as one would expect from an anime set in an art school. I would recommend everyone to watch it, especially if you're of college age. I guarantee it will speak to you because it addresses issues that individuals of this age face. Coming in at number 1, we have My Dress-Up Darling. The story follows Wakana Gojo, a high school student living with his grandfather. He wants to follow in his grandfather's footsteps as a craftsman of Hina dolls, but currently he has only mastered making the clothes. Then we see Marin, a popular girl in his class at school who couldn't be more different from him. After a fated encounter, the two end up finding out about each other's pastimes, and Marin begs him to help her with her own passion, which is cosplay. Given the premise and some of the promotional photos, I was quite expecting this show to be pretty fanservice-y, but the first few episodes are actually quite wholesome. Despite the somewhat conventional setup for both main characters, their real connection has a delightfully spontaneous and human quality to it. Slowly but steadily, we notice them becoming more at ease and enjoying themselves, while also learning more about their personalities with each episode. Overall, this was a very great start to the series, and one you should definitely check out, as the first few episodes are a step beyond many other standard rom-com series out there. That brings us to the end of our list for today. If you liked the video, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to our channel. In the end, you all stay happy, and I will see you in the next video. See ya! That brings us to the end of our list for today. If you liked the video, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to our channel. In the end, you all stay happy, and I will see you in the next video. See ya!